Chill. I think we got a problem. Got a problem. Yeah, it's most definitely a problem, man. Always a problem when you're dealing with chain gang individuals and chain gang situation, especially about that pack. As my man Charlie Global said, the pike, Pike type ish. So look, y'all riddle me this. You got this dude named Mike, right? Now Mike, he was a cool dude, man. He used to always be laid back in the Maybach. You feel me? Never ever play sports. Don't come out there watching TV. You know, he'd have been down for a minute. Like, Mike was a real chain gang vet and chain gang legend. And he was what they call an institutional need. An institutional need is basically the administration see you as, okay, you more of an asset than a liability. So they made Mike an institutional need. You feel me? He couldn't, like, if he wanted to transfer, he couldn't transfer. Now at this time when I cut into Mike, he was about 17 years in his bed. I met Mike at Macon State Prison. So when I first came to Changa, I used to be very observant. And you know, that's what you need to be in prison. You ain't got time to just try to befriend too many people. You got to work on yourself. Self-preservation is the first law of survival. I want to say that again for those that's in the back and didn't hear what I said. Self-preservation is the first law of survival. Meaning, if you don't take care of you and yours first, you probably ain't gonna survive. So, let me tell you how Mike survived and the day I met him. I go to his room, knock on the door, boom, boom, boom. He ain't say nothing first, he just looked. And I know he know who I am. And you can see me through the little glass window on all the doors. So he looked at me. I guess he was, analyzing me and just, see what type of person I was, right? So he said, come on in, brother. So that alone right there when he said, come on in, brother, I knew he was not on the bush. So yeah, what's going on? He said, man, another day, another dollar, man, trying to get it. He said, what you got going on for the day? So I said, man, I'm chilling, man. I just want to come down here and build with you. So he was like, okay. He like, have a seat. Again, that's respect. In prison, you never just sit on a person's bed. You always wait until they offer for you to sit down. So when he told me to sit down, I took a seat and he said, what's on your mind? So at this time, I was seeking knowledge. I wanted to stop being a knucklehead in prison and, become a convict. Well, an experienced convict, because you got different types of convicts. But y'all riddle me this. He was like, what's on your mind? I said, man, I got a question. So he said, go ahead and ask me. And he was very confident when he talked, and he always looked you directly in your eyes. I said, man, look, I ain't trying to be in your video and be in your business. I said, bro, you don't never go out the dorm. He said, I told him, I don't see you in the big floor. You know what I mean? I don't ever see you at the gym. Like, you don't come out the room for nothing. And he looked at me. He said, you know why I don't? He said, because I don't want to deal with excess evil energy. So I'm like, now, y'all got to be mindful. At this time, I don't have Not Yourself. I'm not into reading books. I'm just, as they say, moving to the beat of the drum. And I'm going to explain to y'all what that means later on in the video. If not in this video, probably my next video. So he was like, look, young blood, he said, how much more time you got? So at this time, I still had a stretch. You feel me? So I told him, I said, man, like probably over 10 years to do. He said, why do you be mingling with who you be mingling with? And I'm like, what you mean by that? He said, I see you hang with certain guys, you feel what I'm saying? I see you, they call you a pillar of your community. And I'm like, yeah, something like that. Again, I wasn't fully developing as a convict yet. But that goes to show you, even though he don't come out of cell, he's very aware. Like, when I say he never come out, the only time you're going to see Mike come out of cell is to go to shower and stand in front of his door for count. That's it. So I'm like, they're my guys. That's who, you know what I mean, I associate myself with. He said, you be in a lot of different circles. So I'm like, damn. For him not to come out, like I said, he's sure in my video. You understand? So I'm like, I deal with who I deal with for different reasons and different seasons. Being slick, saying some slick shit. He looked at me with a laugh. He said, young blood, man, let me tell you something. He said, you know it's nothing new under the sun. So I'm going to pause right there. What does that mean? I know some of y'all smart individuals watching this video know what that means. It's really simple. What does there's nothing new under the sun mean? Again, I was young then, so it went way over my head. So I'm like, man, I just vibe who I vibe with. So he said, let me show you something. He said, stand up for a minute. So I'm like, all right, I stood up. So I stood, like, I got, like, right next to the sink. And he stood to the left towards his wall. Be mindful, we in his room. So he said, when you look out there, what you see? I'm like, shit, I see dudes running around, playing spades, talking to each other, harassing the police officer. He was like, what else you see? I said, that's all I see. Now, this was going to mess y'all up at. He said, now, you really want to see the true them? I'm like, yeah. What you mean the true them, though? He said, now I'm about to do something. So, immediately when he told me he about to do something, this is off my radar. Like, I won't expect for him to say he about to do anything, but what the hell you about to do? I know you ain't about to try to do nothing to me. You did. So what you about to do? He was like, I need you to take 8 steps back. Man, I'm looking at this nigga, man. I'm like, man, what is this dude talking about? Now, y'all got to be mindful. I know him, but I don't know him. So if he telling me to take 8 steps back, I'm going backwards. I'm going back to the wall, the front door right here. I don't need to be too close. I don't need to be too far from the door unless something happens. I might have to hit that panic button type shit. But nah, like real rap. He told me to step in the back of his cell. And I took 8 backwards steps. Because that's how he told me to walk. He said, look, don't turn around. He said, just take 8 backward steps. So I moved myself to the left and I took 8 backwards steps. So when I get to the wall, all type of things run through my mind. Survival instincts kicking in. And a lot of things run through my mind. It was like, why did you come fucking with this man? Damn, I done messed up. I done stepped in the lines then. Man, I done put on some shoes that happened to be too big. Damn, I ain't know who and what I was dealing with. All this is run through my mind because in the blink of an eye and chain gang, when you dealing with different individuals or different entities of people, you can get unalive so quick by underestimating your surrounding. But you know how the saying is, you done fucked up. I'm like, man, I done fucked up. Because I'm letting him control the narrative of what's going on in his room. So when I get back there to the back of the wall, he did the unexpected. But he kind of prepared me before he did it. He was like, now, he said, I know you ain't no scary dude, man. He said, but what I'm about to expose to you and show you, he said, don't reveal it to nobody, especially while you're in this dormitory. So, what y'all think he talking about? Like, before I finish the video, I want to just give y'all some hints and then make part 2, but I'm going to give y'all the juice in part 1. What the hell do you think he talking about? Numerous of things. I'm young-minded, so what you think going through my mental? I just told y'all a couple of things. And I ain't got my weaponry on me. I ain't really had no business in this dude's room asking questions. You feel me? But at the end of the day, when you a seeker and you trying to, get an understanding, overstanding of the individual, you feel me? You do things like this. Like, you got to come outside the box. And one thing I know, two things for certain, I'm like this. This dude doing something surviving here. And, like I said, I was just trying to find out what was what. So, he was like, in 3 seconds, I'm about to cut the light. Ho, ho, ho. Whoa. Ain't none of that going up in here, partner. So I'm like, so now I get offended. I'm like, the fuck you mean by the cut the light? He said, man, look, young blood. He said, I ain't on none of that. But to reveal the truth to the people that you mingle with every day, this is the only way you're going to see it. Now, at this time, I was probably like 190. This dude was well over 220, right? I don't know what he know, but I know I'm in the back of this damn cell. So my mind go to racing. I'm looking to the right because that's where his bunk at. I'm trying to see any pencils, pens, something I could use as a weapon. I don't see nothing. I just see a book. And to the left, his locker box is locked. I'm going to say this again. He's in his room, and his locker box is locked. Let me tell you why his locker box locked. His roommate. He said his roommate had stored his box one time, but he knew it beforehand. So when I'm scanning the room, I'm just looking for something I can utilize as a weapon. I don't see nothing. So I guess I got to put on my hands. But here's the thing. I don't want to pop off on this dude, man, and he's about to enlighten me to some real shit. But I don't want to let him cut that light off, and I can't see what's going on, and he on some other shit, and I have to unallow this dude to the cell. So y'all, let me tell you what happened. Because that ain't this and this ain't that. You feel me? Ain't nothing funny for no money, ain't nothing strange for no change going on. Y'all just riddle me this. So I said, go ahead, cut the light out. When he cut the light out, man, I kid y'all not. Over 40 seconds went by, and the room is completely silent. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he thinking about unaliving me. I don't know, I can't see him. Literally I can't see him. When he first cut the light out, I can see him. But he put a black tent halfway, No, it was on the bottom, halfway. Now y'all watch this. Why he standing over there? My adrenaline pumping, my palms done with the sweating. And I'm like, man, what type of shit Mike on? So after about like 40 seconds pass, y'all watch this. I can't make the sound myself. I can try, but I ain't gonna do it. You start hearing flesh get ate. Now, I don't know that I say that right. Because to this day, man, it was a crazy experience. You start, like, you probably say, well, how do you know how flesh get ate? I don't know. But, you know, I watch National Geographic, so I'm quite sure, like, and I got common sense. The man is biting the inside of his lip. So I'm like, and then I start, like, I can't see it, but I'm telling y'all this now as a story, but then I didn't know what was going on. So, and I could just hear it, you feel me? So, I'm hearing, like, it's a sound that, like I said, it's really hard. I can't make it. I don't know how to make it but y'all read me this. It was totally quiet in the room. You can't hear a rat piss on cotton. So while I hear flesh being torn, and it's not a big sound, it's just like a, and you hear it about 8 times. That's how many times he told me to step back, 8 times. So then like, this is a true event. I can't make this shit up. This is a true event. He cut the light on, right? When he cut the light on, his back is to the wall. And his eyes are rolling in the back of his head. It fucked me up mentally. I'm saying to myself, man, what the fuck I done got into? I need to get out the whip. Put me on the door. But I can't go nowhere like the man in the front of the door. And his eyes are literally rolling in the back of his head. And hold up, swole up. It ain't over yet. You see trickles of blood coming down like his face. And it's on his shirt. So I'm like, Mike, look, he just scared me, yo. I'm keeping 100 with y'all. I done got scared. He turned, like, this some real poltergeist shit. The man turned towards me and did like this. Shh. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I said his name again. And now a little bit louder. I'm like, hey, Mike. So I tried to take a step. No, I didn't try. I took a step forward. The man said, shh, no, back up. And then he spit on the fucking, in the toilet. He said, that's your first warning and your last warning. I'm like, oh, this is way, way too much for me. And this shit is out my league. I done survived knife battles. I done survived individual didn't know that what was going on, put a hit on me, and I got a story about that. It happened down the bottom. Somebody tried to unalive. They tried to unalive your man 50 grand. But yeah, I'd have been in a lot of stuff, man. And all the time I did, right, this was the most weirdest, unimaginable thing that I'd have thought happened to me. So after he done spit in the toilet and told me that my first and last chance, back up to the cell, basically like don't move or don't do it again. It's crazy because I'm at his mercy. That's why again you just don't never enter man domain because you feel me, they got the leverage on you. And I shouldn't have been damn nosy. I should have stayed in my lane. But anyway, I'm at the back of the wall, stiff as a board. Like, I'm keeping it real, y'all. Like, I was actually scared. I'd never been like, it'd have been some shit that happened that done had me like, oh, like, what the hell is that? You feel me? Or, man, it got to be a guy because it ain't touched me type shit. You feel me? But this right here, man, I felt like I wasn't in control. Like I was like I said, I told y'all stories previous when I first started these YouTube videos. A time about when I was in a cell with evil folks. And bro wanted to, he thirsted my blood. I'm going to say that because we went through a whole little situation. You feel me? And that was some scary shit. Like, to be in the, I don't want to go left with the story. Got to stay focused on Mike, right? But let me just say this. Being in the room with evil folks and them little beady eyes looking at you. And then he had, bro had them high bone cheeks. And when he get mad, he do the same that I do. He like grind his teeth. That was some scary shit. But I get back to, I'm another version of that at another time. But let me finish tell you the situation about me and Mike in this damn room. So he turned back around. So now he's back on the wall. Then he cut the lights out. Man, I'm saying to myself, man, rush this nigga. But again, I don't really know the end results to this dude eyes rolling the back of his head and him like the blood, like it's a lot of blood. I ain't talking about it's like some blood and saliva. Nah, it's like blood, like a faucet type shit coming out his mouth. And then he stood there for a minute on the wall, and again his eyes rolling in the back of his head, and he's shaking now. I'm like, man, hold up. This is too much. I done put on some shoes way too big, you under dig. Then he got off the wall, and then he faced the window. And when he faced the window, right? You remember I told you about the half of like piece of paper he put on there? It's something he grabbed and poured it. It was like the other part of the flat, as we call them in chain gang, flat. He grabbed it and he poured it up because it was just the bottom part covered. He grabbed it and he poured it up. And it's like, it was already like, I guess it's from the blood, whatever. He patted the door and the half other part, it was stuck. So now, the man is standing there in front of the door, shaking, head is like this type shit, saying words. Now, he's not talking nothing that I can understand. I'm assuming he's speaking in tongues. So right after he did that, I heard some say, the man had spit blood from the corner left cell of the front door all the way across the door towards the safe. Man, what y'all think I did? What y'all think I did? But yeah, y'all stay tuned for part 2, man. I'm about to drop it as soon as I upload this video. I can't keep y'all anticipating this. I gotta let y'all know what the lick read. Salute.